So, Amazon just made this huge public show of retreating from the grocery business, right? Shutting down dozens of their fancy, high tech stores. But what if that was all just a smokescreen? A brilliant, calculated move to distract all of us from a much, much bigger plan that's taking shape behind the curtain. Well, today, we're going to follow the money and see just where it leads. And this is the real puzzle we're tackling today. Because while the whole world was looking at shopping carts that don't need a checkout, Amazon and its founder, Jeff Bezos, were quietly laying the groundwork for a totally new kind of empire. To figure out what's really happening, we have to look way past the headlines. Okay, so first up, let's look at the official story, the one Amazon wants you to believe. On the surface, it just looks like a standard business decision. A strategic retreat from an experiment that didn't quite pan out. But as you're about to see, it's the perfect cover story. So the official story dropped in early 2026. Amazon announced it was slamming the doors shut on all 72 of its futuristic Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go stores. The message to the public was super simple, super clear. This expensive, high-tech grocery thing is over. They said they were going to take that money and pour it into their proven winners, the Whole Foods brand and their unstoppable same-day delivery service. And their official reason for it all? Honestly, it was almost too reasonable. Amazon basically said, hey, we just couldn't figure out the right economic model to make these stores work. It sounds responsible, doesn't it? A massive tech giant admitting for once that it failed at something in the real world. And they even had the numbers to back it up. And I mean, this chart tells their story perfectly. Since Amazon bought Whole Foods back in 2017, sales have jumped over 40%. And get this, their same-day delivery for stuff like milk and eggs, it exploded. We're talking 40-fold growth in just 1 year. So pivoting to these things, it looks like a total no-brainer. Case closed, right? Wrong. Not even close. This whole grocery pivot, it's a classic misdirection, a magic trick. While everyone was busy debating the future of supermarkets, Amazon was deploying tens of billions of dollars into a completely different game, one that is way, way more important to its future. And this, my friends, is where the real investigation begins. Forget about groceries. The real war is for the future of artificial intelligence. And Amazon isn't just playing the game, it's funding both sides of the war, making sure it gets paid no matter who wins. Just look at that number, $38 billion. That's the staggering size of the deal Amazon's cloud division, AWS, just signed to become the engine for OpenAI. We're talking about providing the raw, brute force computing power to run things like ChatGPT and train the next generation of AI. This isn't just a big deal, it's one of the biggest infrastructure plays in tech history. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Because at the exact same time Amazon is building the backbone for OpenAI, it's also pouring billions of dollars directly into Anthropic, OpenAI's #1 competitor. So why? Why would you fund two sworn enemies in the biggest tech race of our lifetime? And here it is, the strategy laid bare. On one side, you've got that mind-blowing $38 billion infrastructure deal for OpenAI. On the other, an $8 billion direct investment into its biggest rival, Anthropic. But look closely. Look at that last column. See the common denominator? The secret sauce is that both of their world-changing AI models run on Amazon's cloud. Amazon is playing the ultimate arms dealer in the great AI gold rush. As the CEO of AWS basically said himself, they're in the perfect position to be the foundation for all this AI ambition. They don't need to pick the winner of the AI war because they're the ones selling the digital picks and shovels, the servers, the chips, all that raw computing power to everyone who's digging for gold. Every single AI search, every model that gets trained, every breakthrough from either camp, it all funnels money right back to Amazon. But believe it or not, this is still only part of the plan. To see the full picture, we have to stop looking at the company and start looking at the man who built it. Jeff Bezos may have stepped down as Amazon's CEO, but his ambition didn't retire. It just went into stealth mode. This is what Bezos calls his regret minimization framework. It's the exact philosophy that made him quit a cozy Wall Street job to start Amazon in a garage. And now, he's using that same logic for his next act. Because let's be real, when you're worth over $200 billion, the only thing you might regret is not trying to fundamentally reshape the future itself. And his new projects make selling books online look like a kid's lemonade stand.
So meet Project Prometheus. This is Bezos's brand new top secret AI company. And he's not just throwing money at it, he's the co-CEO. It's his first executive job since leaving Amazon. He's armed it with a $6.2 billion war chest, and its mission has nothing to do with chatbots. It's about creating AI that can design and build things in the physical world. Think cars, computers, rockets. And he's doing it all in extreme stealth, poaching the smartest people he can find from OpenAI and Meta.
At the exact same time, his space company, Blue Origin, is building something called TerraWave. Now, don't confuse this with Starlink. They're not the same thing. Starlink is for people, right? Streaming movies in your RV. TerraWave is for power. It's a satellite network designed for huge enterprise clients and governments, like the massive data centers that are running all this AI. It's built for symmetrical speeds, which means it can upload data just as fast as it downloads, something that's absolutely critical for industrial-level operations. And the scale here is it's mind-blowing. We are talking about a capacity of up to 6 terabits per second. To give you some perspective, that's enough bandwidth to download hundreds of HD movies every single second. This is not for checking your email while you're camping. This is a global data fire hose. It is a secure, private highway in the sky built to connect the most critical infrastructure that will run our entire economy.
All right, so now we have all the pieces on the board. A public retreat from groceries, a secret war to become the landlord of AI, a stealth startup building AI for the physical world, and a satellite network to connect it all. So let's connect the dots and reveal the master plan this has all been building toward. This is the blueprint. It is a 3-pillar strategy for a new kind of empire. First, you have AWS, which acts as the digital brain, the raw intelligence and computing power for the entire AI revolution. Second, you have TerraWave, the digital nervous system, a secure, high-speed network connecting the world's most important institutions. And finally, you have Project Prometheus, which provides the digital hands, the AI that will actually design and build the world of tomorrow. And what's driving this decades-long vision? It's the day one philosophy that Bezos has been talking about forever. It's this core belief that you have to act like a startup every single day. You got to be nimble, hungry, and totally focused on the long term, even if it means losing money in the short term. This entire grand strategy, it's the ultimate expression of day one, building the infrastructure for a future that most people can't even see yet. So when you connect all the dots, you realize the grocery store closures, they were never the real story. They were a footnote. The real story is this quiet, deliberate plan to build a private entity that controls the core pieces of the next industrial revolution, the digital brain, the global nervous system, and the robotic hands that will build our future. And the question that leaves us with is, what does it mean when a single company's ambition is to control not just the flow of packages to our door, but the very architecture of the world itself?